Hi, my name is Bob Brenneman. I'm a realtor in Charleston, South Carolina. This video is simply to explain what a short sale is and to talk about bank-owned property and foreclosures. A short sale is simply when the bank agrees to sell the property short what is owed. For instance, the bank is owed $500,000 and the bank eventually agrees to sell it for $400,000. They're doing what is called a short sale. That $100,000 difference is either forgiven by the bank to the seller, or it is some banks pursue what's called a deficiency judgment against the seller. The buyer, gets a good deal in the situation. They're not responsible for anything other than bringing the $400,000 as we're using in this case to the table to get things closed. Things to keep in mind about short sales: there is nothing short about a short sale unless it's a local bank. The local bank will, get the sellers the information they need, whether or not they'll take the offer that the buyer's agent brings to them or not, rather quickly. If you deal with a national bank, the Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Wachovia, any of these national banks, you're going to have some lag time. They're getting better in processing things, but still are far behind what the local banks do as far as processing a short sale. Another thing to keep in mind about short sales is that a lot of times the seller and their agent will price the property at an artificially low price. Say that they price the property at $500,000, knowing very good and well that the property is worth at least $700,000. The bank, they do this because the bank's not going to tell you what they'll take. If you're a seller, they're not going to tell you what they'll take to clear the debt and sell the property. What they want is offers. So the sellers and the seller's agent will price it sometimes, in some cases, artificially low. You could bring a full price offer, wait for a month, and the bank could kick it back and say, we're not taking anything less than $650,000 or $700,000, because they'll do an appraisal on it. They'll do what's called a broker's price of opinion, which is basically a realtor's appraisal of the property, and then they'll come up with the price. So those are things to keep in mind as you're working a short sale, but there's nothing short about it. I've had a lot of success in negotiating them, but it really takes a lot of patience on the client's part as you work through the process. Bank-owned properties and foreclosures, those are a little bit different in that the bank already owns the property, so the seller is not involved in it, which is a good thing to some degree. When a seller's selling a house, they have an emotional attachment to it, the house. When a bank owns it, the bank has no emotional attachment, obviously. But what a bank does do is they generally price it pretty good coming out of the gate, where it's priced at fair market value. And then if it doesn't sell, they incrementally reduce it. It's all based, it's a spreadsheet, and they're very meticulous about the way they do things. It's done every 30 days or every 15 days. They'll do a reduction of price. So there's opportunities there, but again, when you buy something that's gone through a foreclosure, it's generally beat up and sometimes missing appliances and all that. So it's a good idea, is to have a realtor who knows what he's doing representing you to make sure your interests are looked out for. The other thing I want to talk about is everybody, goes and wants a short sale, wants a bank owned, thinking they're going to get a great deal. The honest truth, the best deals that I've negotiated for people over the past couple of years as the economy has ebbed and flowed are houses that are relocation owned houses, because they're owned by a corporation. Corporation is ready to get rid of them, doesn't want them on the books. Tend to get better deals that way. But really the best deal is to find a house where the seller did not use it as an ATM machine, when they could go out and get a home equity line of credit, and drain all the equity out. They didn't do that. So when you bring an offer to them, they have some flexibility because they have equity built into the house. And they know that the market, at least as the recording of this video today, is still a buyer's market in Charleston. We're starting to shift out of that. But those are things to keep in mind when you're doing a short sale, you're thinking about a foreclosure. If you want a list of short sales and bank foreclosures in the Charleston area, you can call me at 843-345-6074, or you can visit my website at charlestonprices.com. And I will be more than glad to send you bank-owned properties, foreclosures, anything like that, short sales, and you just need to give me the area that you're interested in. Again, thanks for your time, and if you have questions, I'm more than happy to talk to you.